maskne is like, she is not letting me live. Today I'm doing a get ready with me, little chatty, a little bit of about me, just a little bit though, not too much because your girl's not a guru. But anyway, a couple of you asked me to do something like this, so I obliged. It's kind of easy when I was getting ready anyway. This is my go-to, your girl's going to work. Nothing too crazy, I'm a working girl. Your girl has a full-time job. That's why doing YouTube on top of work is kind of sometimes. So if you're new here, my name is Hannah Mariah. I like to make videos on makeup, skincare, and luxury items. So if that's your jam, please like, please subscribe, follow me on Instagram, and let's get into it. First thing I'm gonna do, obviously, is put my hair back. Okay, please bear with me. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm in front of a window to get like the best possible light. I'm not a makeup guru, you guys. I don't have like a studio for filming, so if this looks like total butthole, let me know. I always start off with complexion. So today I'm gonna use the NARS Sheer Glow Foundation. My color is Salzburg right now. I usually wear Mont Blanc in the winter, but I do have a little bit more color, like the babyest amount of blue color. This is also more full coverage for me. Sheer Glow implies that it's not full coverage, but I find that it is, and maskne is real, so I need the coverage. For the base layer, I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever 108 straight brush. I find that using a brush first kind of helps control where the coverage is going. I like to focus everything on the middle of my face and my cheeks because that's where I have the most discoloration. I would have just posted a video about how I've cured my acne and then I would have a breakout over here, but maskne is real, guys. Wear your mask. While I blend this out, I'm gonna just talk, tell you a little bit about myself if you care. First and foremost, what you need to know about me, I'm a Virgo. I am a true Virgo. I will be 28 years old next month in September, and I'm terrified. I'm currently going through my quarter life crisis, like every day. 30 is a little closer, and some days I feel like my mind is still 19, and then other days I'm like, you a 45 old woman. And then of course, I'm a perfectionist, and I want everyone to love me, Virgo tings. So that was one relatively thin layer of the Sheer Glow all over. Gorgeous. I love the coverage of Sheer Glow. It's just perfect for me. It's a nice little satin finish. I still glow a little bit. But anyway, I have a little bit of like discoloration I want to cover, so I'm going to use the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer in light 2.5 and Creme Brulee. For me, NARS is like my favorite complexion brand. It just really works. And I always love how natural but full coverage I look whenever I use it. So I am going to use my finger and I'm going to just tap over top of whatever area needs it. This is technically my good side. All I have is redness left over from acne scarring. This is my bad side. This is the side where maskne is like, she is not letting me live. So now I'm gonna go back in with that foundation brush and take the rest of the concealer that's left on my hand, and I'm kind of gonna work it into the brush, and I'm just gonna pat over that so it all blends together and there's no lines. Okay, now we're gonna do under eye concealer, and I'm still testing this out. This is the ColourPop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Creamy Concealer. My favorite under eye concealer is either the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer or the Benefit Boing Creaseless Concealer, the one that looks like an eraser. That was in my empties video a couple of weeks ago. I love that concealer. This ColourPop, I don't know what it is about it that makes it not like my all-time favorite or anything. I don't like the applicator. That I honestly like hate how little it is. I like a fat applicator. And also I have to set this, whereas the NARS and the Benefit, if I don't want to, I don't necessarily have to, but this needs to be set. It's a little bit more wet, and I do have, my under eyes have creases in them. I'm gonna blend that out with a Real Technique sponge. And I do go over my eyelid because I'm not doing anything like insane with my eyeshadow today, so I don't really use eye primer unless I'm doing something a little bit more colorful. Okay, that's done. So now I'm going to set my under eye. I set my under eyes with the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder. I love this stuff. This is better than the Laura Mercier. Ooh, did I say that? I did. The reason I love this is because it still has, it sets your makeup. It makes the liquid not tacky anymore, but it also leaves the tiniest bit of a glow, and oh my God, I'm obsessed. And not to mention, this powder is like, what is it, like $8? I don't even know. It's $8. I get it at Target. But I set just my under eye and my eyelid. And if I decide to set the rest of my face, I do that after my brows. This is truly one of my favorite products of all time. I think I am a fan for life of this powder. And I'm using a Real Techniques who knows what brush. This is so old that the title of it has rubbed off. I'm gonna do my brows off camera. I'm gonna have my mirror in front of my face like this the whole time so you couldn't see it anyway. Okay, my brows are as good as they're gonna get. My brows are like due for a checkup too on my microblading, so they're getting a little harder to do, but you wanna know what I use though. I use the Benefit Precisely My Brow, the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. I carve them out with the NARS, and occasionally I'll go in again at the end to feather them out a little bit more with the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So now I'm gonna go back to complexion, and I'm gonna go in with the Chanel Soleil de Tan. This is not the name of it anymore. I don't remember what it's called, but I know now it's part of the Le Beige collection, and it's a different formula, which, why? It's a cream bronzer with a little bit of, just the tiniest bit of an iridescence, but not really. You could contour with it depending on your skin tone, but for me it's a little too warm to do that. But I'm gonna go in with this first and then layer on a different bronzer on top of it. I'm gonna use this nasty MAC, I think it's a 168 brush. It's falling apart and it's nasty, but I've had it forever, so why would I throw it away? Hopefully this will show up on camera, you guys. Makeup does not show up really well on camera unless you like really beat it in there. That's why these gurus that everybody knows and sometimes loves on YouTube have like professional setups and it looks so good, but like in real life. So if this doesn't show up that great, I don't know, I'm sorry. I'm doing my best for you guys. Okay, I'm just gonna blend that real quick so I don't look like a chav. Are you guys on TikTok? You know what chavs are? Chav check. Have a little faith in me, yeah, you're my G. Anyway, I'm going to go over that now and intensify it just a little bit for the camera with this Hourglass Ambient Lighting Edit Unlocked. I don't know if they even make this anymore. They do this like limited edition palette every couple of seasons or something, and this is the one that I have. The shades are pretty natural in this. It is a setting powder, a bronzier setting powder with a little bit more tint to it, a bronzer, a highlight, and 2 blushes. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my blush. I don't remember what collection this was called, but I picked up 3 of these, the cream blushes. The shade I'm gonna use today is Blush Please. It's so natural, goes with everything. I'm gonna use this Morphe brush that probably came in a kit that I bought like 3 years ago. Not really a huge fan of Morphe brushes. I've only purchased them like once or twice, I think, and I definitely prefer Smashbox and the Makeup Forever brushes that I have. What I love about this blush is that it looks real loud right now, but the pigment is everything, and I just blend it out like this, and it ends up looking really pretty. I do want to add a little bit of a glow though, so I'm gonna go in with this shade. That shade's called Nude Glow. It's just got like a little bit of a shimmer to it. I'm not gonna go like too ham with it, but I like to glow everywhere. All right, now I'm gonna move into eyeshadow. This is one of my favorite palettes. This is the Huda Beauty Nude palette. This is pinky neutral tones, looks disgusting. I've had this forever. I use this on my wedding day. You can see I go into these 3 shades. This is like a base bone kind of color, and then these are like shimmery shades. So first I am gonna go in with that bone colored shade. Well, it's actually called Bear. These do have names, Hannah. This just kind of cancels out any kind of color, but I mean, that concealer that I laid down before is a pretty decent eyeshadow primer, to be honest with you. So now I'm gonna go in with a crease shade. I'm gonna use Secret right here, and this is a Morphe E27. Okay, I forgot to keep talking about myself while I do stuff. So something interesting about me, I met my husband in Europe. I've turned that into a personality trait. I married married a guy from Europe, guys. Yeah, I'm one of those people that studied abroad and said it changed my life. But you know what? The only people that say that's annoying are the people that never did that. So whatever, because literally studying abroad did change my life. I grew up in a really small town where nobody ever goes anywhere. Everyone knows each other in that small town. And my dad had been traveling his whole life in his job, and I was very inspired. And so when the opportunity presented itself, I was able to take a summer session in Prague in Czech Republic and study film, and I met my husband there, and his name is Petr. It's P-E-T-R. I hate it when people call him Peter, and even though he says it's okay, it's not. It's not because I say it's not. All right, I'm done blending that. See how very natural it is? It's just a little bit of shade and a little bit of color, honey. So now I'm gonna go in with the easiest little bit of this color called Tickle. So back to the fact that I married my husband, who's from another country. Yes, we did the whole 90-day fiance thing. Funny enough, a headhunter or talent scout, I don't know what he would be called, contacted me on Instagram to see if we would want to apply to be on the actual show 90-Day Fiance. I was 100% down. My husband was not. He does not like being on camera. He is not a social butterfly. He just isn't into it. He's a Sagittarius. So I could have been famous, y'all, but my husband killed my dreams. Okay, so now my crease shades are in. I'm gonna go in with Daydream. It's this like really pinky, shimmery shimmer color. I always use my finger for these. They honestly just don't work very well with a brush. I'm just being honest with you, but with my finger, it looks great. Okay, so you can see that, very natural, but I still wanna bring a little bit more light to the middle of my eyelid. So I'm gonna go in with the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill in number 8. This is so pretty. This is a pinky silvery kind of shimmer shade. Again, I use my finger for this, and I'm only gonna put it in the very, very middle of my eye where it lines up with my pupil. Is this flipping? Am I gonna get flagged for that? Because I just need to, you know what I mean? Okay, no. Am I a pretty girl? Remember how I said I was in my quarter life crisis and my brain still feels like it's 19 years old? That is my inner monologue. My inner monologue is things I hear on TikTok and SpongeBob, and then also the voice of like a 50-year-old mom. Okay, I'm gonna define the lash line a little bit with this Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil in the shade Wherever Walnut. I love these. I heard about these from Katie Jane Hughes. She is probably my favorite makeup artist on Instagram. She's a celebrity, real makeup artist. She's not like a guru. She's not on YouTube, but she's on Instagram and she does a look every single day. She's amazing. She seems so sweet and kind. Her skin is fabulous. Anyway, these, that's where I heard about these from her. So I would definitely recommend these. These are so, so good. And I'm also gonna use that a little bit on the lash line. Nothing too crazy over here, kids. If you came here for an adventure, you're in the wrong place. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with mascara. I've never been able to find one mascara that does everything for me, so I always end up mixing. So the base is gonna be the Definicils mascara. This is by Lancome. This is really wispy and really fluttery. It's not a very black mascara though, so it doesn't really function on its own. And then on top of it, I use the Gucci Les Obscure. This is a really nice mascara. On its own, it's just lengthening. So whenever I put it together, they end up being a little bit more wispy, a little bit more long, and very, very black. This is one of the blackest mascaras I've ever used. So if you kind of struggle with finding a really dark, tinted, pigmented mascara, try this. It's amazing. And can I also say, for those of you that watch all my videos, thank you so much. A lot of people ask me about Winky, our cat. Winky is one of the few lights of my life. Like I said, I'm a Virgo, and we are not easily impressed. And let me tell you, that cat impresses me with how much he hates us. And he really just like fills the home. Like me and my husband talk about it all the time. Like if Winky wasn't here, like what would we do? This house would be so empty. So if you guys want to see more cat content, let me know. I will force him to be in a video with me. Trying to think of something else to chat about too. Let's talk about food, one of my favorite subjects. I love food. I love to cook. I never used to be into cooking. Whenever I was a kid, my mom would try to like make me learn how to make stuff with her in the kitchen, and I was like, absolutely not. I was too preoccupied watching SpongeBob and Hannah Montana, and I just could not be bothered. Flash forward like 13 years or whatever, however long that was. I love cooking. The kitchen is probably my favorite room in my entire house. And I also wanted to learn how to cook for my husband. because his country, the Czech Republic, has a lot of very specific dishes that the country is known for, and I want to, you know, I want to make him feel at home sometimes. So I learned how to make all of those dishes for him. And Czech food is very, very delicious. It's very heavy, but it's delicious. But aside from that, my favorite cuisine is actually Korean. I was introduced to Korean food from YouTube. I started watching Mangchi. I love her. She is the cutest little lady. Then a couple years ago with this job, one of my employees is Korean, and she started taking me to a Korean restaurant in the city that she works in. So I love Korean food and I love to cook it. And one of my favorite things to do is go to H Mart, the Korean grocery store closest to me. So you can spend like all day there because you can get K-Beauty in this like little boutique that sells skincare and makeup, and then you can go get something to eat, and then you can get boba tea. And boba tea is my addiction. Okay, so that is the 2 mascaras layered. I don't know, looks good to me. And now I'm gonna go back to complexion and do my highlighter. I don't know why I skip all over the place and do it like this, but I do. This is one of the newer MAC highlighters from that collection that I loved. This is called Hot Damn. This is like a peachy, like pesh. Oh, it reminds me of that Lancome highlighter called something pesh. It's just beautiful. It is, it's a goldy peach highlighter, and this is more of a dry formula. Like whenever you swatch it, it doesn't look that great like with your finger, but whenever you use it with a brush, it looks amazing. So, and that's just an example of how swatches don't always tell the truth, family. And if it's ever too much, like it is on my nose, I just kind of do that a little bit. Now I'm gonna go with my setting mist. So this is the e.l.f. Dewy Setting Mist. Again, e.l.f. got it right again. This is one of my favorite dewy setting mists. It truly is dewy. It makes your skin glow. It sets the powder so that everything kind of like marries and melts together. I prefer this to MAC Fix Plus, but I love MAC Fix Plus too. They each kind of have their moments. If I was going for like a really matte look, I wouldn't reach for this, but I rarely do that. I love to glow. So, rain on me, tsunami. Oh my God, how could I possibly forget while I was talking about myself? Lady Gaga is my religion. And if you don't like that, please unsubscribe. I'm just kidding, but not really. I love her. I saw her the day I turned 18, September 19th, 2010. I saw her live. It was my 18th birthday. I was sobbing tears. My best friend was with me and she was like, "What's wrong with you?" And I was crying because I was so excited because she was amazing. That was during the Monster Ball tour. Anyway, I love her. Okay guys, last step is lips. So now I'm gonna line my lips with Wherever Walnut, that same color that I did my eyeliner with, and then I'm gonna fill it with Completely Sepia. And you can see the sepia shade is a little bit more of like this very warm, almost peachy nude shade. And I know that when you're wearing a mask, your lip shade doesn't really matter, but your girl has to wear lip color. Okay, we're lined, our lips are cute, and I wouldn't be a real Gaga fan if I didn't have something from House Laboratories. This is the Lil Riot lip gloss. I think this is the best thing that she came out with in her makeup line. I really do love these glosses. They're so hydrating, very pigmented, they're not sticky, and they layer well on everything. I love them. Juicy. Okay, you guys, and that's the look. I don't know. This is what I do. This is what I do every day whenever I'm going to work, and then I put on a mask, wear a mask. I'm not gonna go downstairs and grab one. I'm sorry, I'm just too lazy for that right now. But it's just like a really pinky, peachy, kind of like feminine kind of a feel. Girly kind of girly things. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this get ready with me style video. I feel very awkward doing this because I did not make this channel to set out to be this. Like, I didn't anticipate myself doing makeup tutorials or reviews or something. I don't know what this is. I'm not gonna call it a tutorial. But anyway, if you had fun and you liked it and you have questions, leave me a comment down below. And most importantly, stream Chromatica. Bye! Rain on me, tsunami.